What's up, family? It is 29th of October 2015. We are getting ready to usher in Halloween. I know for some of the parents that listening to my channel, I know you got your babies probably gotten bouncing off the wall because this is a significant memory that every parent experiences in their stage of growth. So how's everybody doing? Doing all right? I hope so. You making it through your week? You sidestepping that negativity? I mean, I understand. They're just nipping at your ankles, nipping at the back of your head. All you hear is drama, and it's just a sea of confusion around you, right? And all you want to do is do your job, do your responsibility, do your requirement, and bring it home. I know. But you gotta allow yourself to breathe and take stock in who you are as the individual. I know that at times you may get lost in your day to day because of your responsibility, because you may have the title of wife, the title of husband, title of father or mother, or the title of significant other, and you are stepping in. Yes, you're stepping in. You are embracing the challenge where that opportunity have been falling short, and you see what is required. I know, I know. But you know what, y'all? I'm putting this out real quick because I've been echoing this for quite some time. No matter what you see in your day to day, do not compromise what is found inside you. I'm talking about that moral compass, y'all. Because see, right now, well, actually, it's been going on. It's in your face now, but it's actually been in the underbelly for at least 10 years of this mental conditioning. So now what is something that was conversated in the break rooms or behind closed doors or on cell phone calls as you come and go through your day to day, now it's your reality, because now the things that are condoned that should not be are celebrated and glorified. Do not lose sense of self, y'all. No matter what. I know there's somebody right now, you're like, it just seems like, Gerald, no matter how hard I try, I just want to do the right thing for me and mine, but it seems like those that do the most damage, do the most harm, that do not replenish life and only take it away are the ones that are constantly getting the pass. And you're frustrated. Mind you, that is nothing but a test. I know this needs to go out to someone, because somebody right now, you're thinking, well, what's the point, Gerald? What's the point on me even trying to do what's right when I see so much wrong going on in my environment, and all they do is get a pass. They get a pat on the back, and I'm over here. But let me tell you something. What you don't realize is all things must be reset. All things must find balance. And what you don't know right now is, because you may not have it right now, it is the preparation of the process that is setting you up so that you can have it everlasting. So what I'm saying to you is, no, you might not see your harvest right now, but trust and believe, the seeds that you have put in to cultivate that, when it comes, not only will it be bountiful, but it will it will go beyond your expectations. Oh yes, it will. Because see, guess what? God sees all, He knows all, And trust and believe when I tell you this. I know this needs to go out to somebody because I know somebody is at their ends wit. You frustrated. It's a, it's like someone has put a weight on your chest. You're even at the point now, you're so frustrated that when you go outside your door, you see the examples of what not to do. You're wondering why you feel like you're the exception to the rule. Listen here. You stay within your grace. Never compromise it. Because see, what you don't realize is those people that decided to bite that forbidden fruit, those people that decided to punch their ticket, those people that decided to cash in, the growth is going to come to a stop. That's how it works, y'all. So don't worry. You stay focusing on your growth. You stay focused on what matters inside you. Because guess what? You continually grow until you take your last breath. So you got a lot of life, a lot of love, a lot of memories that are bestowed with your name. Mind you, that's just what the devil does. He wants you to not have your focus. Because if you're not focusing on you, guess what? The things that you don't see, the things that are going on around the corner that are coming are going to do the most damage. That's why it's very important that you stay grounded to you. Don't worry about what you don't have right now or don't have control of right now. You stay focused on what you do now. So yes, what I'm saying is respect that process. See, right now, you might not see it because all you see is laughter. They think they're having a time of their life. They think they may have gotten over. They think that they're not accountable. But what you will realize in the intended time, because see, God loves you, y'all. He does. Indirectly, all things that had a question mark will eventually have a period. I know that needed to go out to somebody. And you're going to see that as you grow, as you invest in yourself, as you solidify your legacy, what is going to happen one by one by one by one. All things that did not have an answer will be answered. So unfortunately, what will come to pass? In the intended time and moment, you will start to see those questions answered. You will start to see these actions occur. You will start to have validation where validation once was not existent. There's a reason for that. It validates, number one, your footing, where you are. Number two, it also lets you know why you were on that path to begin with. And with that being said, it also validates who you're walking with too. Oh yes, I know that needs to go out to someone. I know somebody right now, your greatest challenge is your humility. Oh yes, because you have been conditioned through the years, through your development, that your strength is based off your pride. Yes, some people have convinced you in your development to embrace the make it to fake it, and you see the painful price of not being authentic. But guess what? You can turn that around. You can. The price for that is you must allow yourself to be real, because you already know what don't work. I ain't got to remind you. I'm not throwing shade on you. I'm showing love and compassion. I'm speaking the things that are found inside your spirit right now. You already know. So if you already know what don't work, why won't you have the courage to embrace the things that does? That means let's get back to you. Stop chasing those paper dragons. Stop chasing things that are nothing but blocks. I know some of y'all are dealing with, and I say this out of love, y'all. Right now, you're dealing with a great wound. I know I'm talking to you. You realize that the fix was already in long before, and it manifested, and it got you shook. I need you to get back up. I need you to ground yourself. I know somebody said, well, Gerald, that's easier said than done, but Gerald, because every day I wake up the same way I went to bed, and that was in tears. I'm devastated, Gerald. I can't believe the person that I called my friend turned the knife. That's okay. And I say that figuratively because guess what? You're still breathing, right? You're still breathing. You still got your functionality, so that you got your limbs, everything working for you. Okay. Number one, it does not give you a pass to turn around and interject that same energy out. Because all that does is set you up for more failure, more delay. Yeah, more delay. Your dreams won't come. They won't come. You can't steal your dreams. You manifest them. But society will constantly tell you, queens, no, you want your dreams to be manifested, you got to do it on your back. You got to connive. You got to be deceitful. You've got to show the dark side of you. If love ain't in it, ain't no growth. Because love is an extension of God's action to your life. Remember, we're a spiritual being first, no matter, and let me fix this for you. Because you don't have a spiritual connection as you think you do, as long as you can cognitively understand the words out of my mouth, you do. It's a starting point. Look, ain't nobody keeping you from your peace of mind but you. Come on now. You want the pain to go? Look at it. Why you think I keep saying go in that emotional backpack? Because sooner or later it gets too heavy and it can't move. What do you think emotional breakdowns are? But really in actuality, you know what a emotional breakdown really is? It's a spiritual attack. That's what it is. How many times have you heard, you've been in a situation, you see somebody acting out of their nature, like, they would never do that, they would never say that, why are they doing that? Because that really ain't them. There's something going on in their spirit. I don't care how people, I know there's going to be people going to debate that, but I'm going to tell you what. No matter the trauma that you have faced, no matter the disappointment, if you are hearing what is coming out of my mouth now, you can still make your dreams a reality. You've got to roll your sleeves up. You got to fight for you. You got to turn around and be courageous to yourself. Stop with trying to project to what them, convincing them that you built like that. Convince yourself that. Because we all know behind closed doors, the real you ain't what the world sees. We know that. Come on now. So if you that strong and grounded, why you compromise yourself to have affiliations with them? They have already shown you time and time again they don't see your worth. They do not see potential in your growth. What I mean by that is they're not willing to invest in the process of that bond. And shouldn't that bond be based off of love? But see, society wants to convince everyone to embrace the mindset of the rogue. Yeah, the rogue. No, I know people say, well, rogue, that's the car. No, a rogue is one without rules. They do their own thing without any guidelines. So basically, they have no loyalty to themselves. So if they don't have any loyalty to themselves, you can't expect them to have alliance with you. And really, who wants an alliance when you deserve loyalty? You know. So let's go back to what I'm saying. You know we're getting ready to step into a new year. We're just moments away. You need to make a conscious decision to outline what you want to accomplish so that you have a blueprint on where you want to go. Now, with that process, you're going to see things and hear things that are going to question how your direction goes. Stay true to you. Stay true to the integrity in you. Because guess what? The people that don't want to see you grow, guess what? They're going to bring back things that where you fell short. I don't care if you were, and I say this out of love, I don't care if you spent time locked up. You got all that, but if that's not who you are, why does it matter? That means you got to work a little harder. It doesn't matter if you were walking on that block twice on Sunday and giving it away like a whammo frisbee. It doesn't matter. If that's not you, that's not who you are. So stop allowing things that you fell short to find where you're going. See what I'm saying? It's a choice. It's a choice not to live your dreams. It's a choice not to love yourself. But see, I also know this too. United States, greatest nation in the world, right? So they say. But if we were so strong, why is it half our populace don't want to do their part? You got half the people in that live here, that live in our states, that think that the United States, we are obligated for their life. You figure it out. If you're getting up every day and you're not making a dream a reality, I mean putting the steps in, because we're talking about that harvest, y'all. That harvest. I mean, think about it. If I turned around and I gave you a bicycle, right? Because you wanted a bicycle, right? I gave you a bicycle. You said, I want a bicycle. I give it to you. And then every time I turn around, you slamming the bike around, you dogging it, you know, riding on it with a flat tire. You just abusing that bike. Number one, that's going to send a message to me that you didn't appreciate it. But it's even going to send a bigger message that you didn't appreciate for yourself compared to you having to earn that bike. Because when you have to earn it, you never forget what you had to do to obtain it and the merits it took to possess it. I know that needed to go to someone. If you think life's about doing this, you are cheating yourself. If you are making decisions to do this and you're using deceptive methods, guess what happens? The things that you are using are going to fall apart. I'll let you figure that in. Happens all the time. Some people call it karma. I know it is divine intervention. Because see, eventually, y'all, the devil gets tired. And sometimes, God gets tired because the devil's a liar. He gets tired of your foolishness. And sometimes he will let things occur to wake you up. So, oh, okay. Okay, that disappointment didn't get your attention. Oh, okay. That loss that really didn't spark it. Okay, well, guess what? Because I'm not going to give you what you can't stand. Deal with it. And I'm going to get out of your way since you don't need me. Because any endeavor you do without God in front of it is going to fail. Or it may come to pass, but it's not going to last. So therefore, you're going to have to go back and put the efforts in that should have been done the whole time. So let me bring this corner closer to you. For those that have issues with your self-esteem, stop looking outside for your influence. Start looking inside you. I want you to get up and go look into that mirror. Yeah, get up and go in that mirror. And when you get there, I want you to breathe. I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself because you're alive. I want you to look at every flaw, every blemish, everything that in your mind ain't right. And I'm telling you right now, those are the things that make you unique, but those are the most beautiful things that exist. See, there'll never be another you. Remember that. So it does yourself a disservice to allow anyone to have access to your life, physically, emotionally, or socially. If they did not deserve the right to be called friend, they didn't have the right to walk with you. And if they didn't deserve to walk with you, why are you with them? I know that need to go out to someone. So stop looking at that big booty girl that splashed over social media, because what you fail to realize, dumb girls, because they're not women. Those are little girls in false women's bodies. And those people don't have a relationship with their spirituality. They have a relationship with their worldliness. And what you'll come to see, and I'm not trying to wish bad on nobody, but what you will come to see is, life has a way of humbling you down. And what's going to happen is, one by one, all those things that were falsely given will be taken away. Because see, sooner or later, all that looks good is not gold. And it will fall away. But so what I'm getting at is, what you're seeing now is nothing but a theatrical show. Those are some of the most insecure people you will ever come to meet. I don't care what the profession is. If you got to turn around and use this to fulfill this, you'll always be empty. Because you'll come to understand everything that you needed was already given the moment that you took your first breath. So, are you loving yourself? Are you respecting yourself? Come on now. Are you respecting yourself? Well, if you're respecting yourself, why are you with them? Because they don't respect you. They want to exploit you. And you know that. So, since you know that, be prepared. And don't sit up here and say, oh, I'm smarter than that. Because guess what? The fix is in. The fix is in. They know it. You know it. But you're accepting it. So you are just as guilty because you are there. I know that needs to go out to someone. What I want you guys to do, stop letting your blocks hold you back from your direction. Take accountability for those blocks because you were there. Even if it was indirectly, you were still there. But guess what? It didn't kill you. And let me tell you something. And I'm going to say this out to somebody too, because I know somebody saying, well, Gerald, because you know I love y'all. I do. And I'm telling you what I wish somebody had told me. So I'm telling you, from one spiritual person to the next, sometimes you'll come to realize, for those who had to deal with sexual assault, some people had to deal with, gotta love this Donna Summer song in the background, right? Thank you, Lord. I know you didn't do it, so we're gonna switch it. So you may have to deal, you still dealing with in the back of your mind because you were molested. Now I'm gonna speak on this. Or you had to deal with incest. You'll come to understand that the person that you're destined to be, the devil had to strike you when you were in your most innocent. Because a child can't defend itself when they don't know, especially when they're in an environment where they're supposed to be protected the most. And I also know this. Sometimes, we don't get to pick our parents. They're going off of how they were taught. You know how they say 9 times out of 10, the abuser was once abused, and without treatment, without someone putting that love in for for that someone to come along in their life to say, hey, this ain't the way. It becomes a pattern. And that pattern becomes a behavior. And that behavior becomes a way of how you see the world. So, no, queens, if your if your if your if your self-esteem is built off of, well, because the only way you feel loved is because you got to have a man on top of you, that's the only time you feel loved. Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. Same thing with you, my kings. You think the only time you feel alive is when you getting it in, and you don't care where you get it in at. But that's the only time you feel alive. That's a lie. That's a deception. Because what you don't realize is because these behaviors that you've embraced, these patterns that you've embraced through the years, they always leave you more void after the fact. That's why stolen moments don't work. That's why cheating don't work. There's always a price unbeknownst to you. The devil wins on that part. But you know why he did that? It's because the person that is destined to be in your life, they have all the attributes that what you long for. That's why, ladies, I know some of you are like, well, Gerald, I just want the one. The one won't come until you're ready to receive him. So therefore, the same traits and attributes that you need for that one, you got to possess them originally. In other words, he is the key. He holds the key to the other side of your life. But you got to be the door. So when that happens, you open it up and go through together. I know that needs to go through somebody. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Until you decide to go within your heart, take that anger out of your spirit. Take that pride out of your heart. Take that ego out of your direction. Because what you don't realize, those are the makeups of what's holding you back. I ain't got to remind you. Look in the mirror. Look at the scars on you. Look at your weariness in your eyes. Look at them bruises you've been hiding. Huh? I ain't got to remind. If you really want to go there, look down there. You know that don't look right. Why? Because you're letting people that don't love you have access to the most prized possession, you. So you know what don't work. Why don't you have the courage to do something that will? Why don't you invest in yourself? Because I'm going to tell you what, and I hate using the terminology, women, men that like the kept lifestyle, that are swinging, that are out here doing this and don't want to invest in their life is cut short. They'll only get little aspects. They may feel that they're winning today, but guess what? It's no different than going and getting a car off the dealership brand new. The moment it hits the street, the depreciation is already in effect. And guess what? Their life comes to a tragic halt. And it ain't nothing sad to see somebody that you were connected with and they ain't grown. That's a choice. So love you. Ain't nothing good comes from pride. Ain't nothing good comes out of anger. Ain't nothing coming good out of your ego but delusion, denial, and setbacks. You're worth it, y'all. Come on, man. Y'all know the fix is in. It's time for you to fix you. Love you more. And yes, long as you embrace God, embrace yourself. Embrace that. That's the realest thing you're going to ever know is you. Sooner or later, one by one, faces, experiences shift. And you'll finally be able to breathe. You'll be at peace with yourself. And yes, you're going to always have people connected to you. They're going to always be like this. I ain't got to tell you that. As you get older, you start to see it more clear. Now, you thought that they had your best interest the whole time. They were the ones setting you up. They were setting you up from the get. You are the pawn, the puppet. It's time for you to cut them damn strings, man. Love yourself more. And I tell you, when the work is done, not only will you have a new experience, but you would have been made new. And don't you deserve to have your dreams? I think you do. So, I know my shirt says, just do it. How about just be you? Start by loving yourself. You're worth it. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, for that, for that, it helps me discern mine. My queens, there is no, so it's so funny, guys. You know what I'm talking about. You got women that you got this false image of the male mentality, and they think it's cute. You think it's cute. You sleeping around with the pizza man. Just sleeping around with anybody. Don't you realize even a beautiful flower has so many petals? Don't go out like that. Stay blessed, y'all.